So I struggle communicating my vision to vendors, and I always wind up with a product I'm unhappy with. Am I hiring the wrong people, or is it just me?
Yeah, we've all been there.
Come up with it a little, right? Like,
Absolutely. I say combination. I'm
mm,
not going to name, blame, shame anyone. It's a combination of things, right? Because when you're looking at it from your vision, have you done the due diligence to really communicate what that vision is? Is it clear in terms of people understanding what you do, who you're serving, the value you bring, and the benefits that you want to have your clients talk about? And if
mm,
that's not clearly defined, then they don't understand what you're doing. It goes back again to the direction. How on top of it are you? Are you just really under, not being micromanager? That's not what I'm saying, but really being the owner of this to ensure that they understand from start to finish what their steps are and what's next, right?
yeah.
So I think those are the two things: is communication piece around understanding and the due diligence that you've done to ensure that you've hired the right vendor for your team.
Yeah, yeah, it's so true. The one thing I would add to that, I believe, is empathy. So if you're hiring someone to come in and redo your brand, or come in and reevaluate your team and diagnose and prescribe a better solution, right? Being empathetic to the fact that here's somebody coming in that knows absolutely nothing, not to assume that they did all their homework on you, because some people don't. The pros, the all stars versus the amateurs. That's what it comes down to. How well that person does their homework.
I think that, well, empathy is definitely one key piece of it, right? Especially when you're talking about emotional intelligence in terms of how people relate to each other.
Right.
Yes. And so it's a two-way communications that has to take place in order for that to happen in terms of having respect for the person, both
Hmm.
sides, regards, and then putting up the understanding what the boundaries are, like in terms of what you stated. Have they done the homework or not? And they should have done a level of homework coming into your understanding where you are, but also in terms of the due diligence on your part as the business owner too, in terms of doing your part to ensure that they're up to speed and understanding what you're doing, how you want it done, timelines, etc.
Yes. And that's where I say, as a solopreneur or small business that is putting themselves out there, whether it's on social media or any marketing platform, is to clearly identify what those things are: the who, the what, the how, right? And clearly identify that, because, when somebody comes to your website, you got about 8 seconds until they say, nope, not for me. So, how quickly you could address those three things is really going to help you communicate and resonate with that person that's looking for what it is. I tell you, I'm doing this experiment, so I'm not a huge fan of emotional intelligence. No. I'm sorry. AI. What are you talking about? That's what we're talking about for the past
Here today.
Okay, so I'm not a huge fan of artificial
Okay.
intelligence. So the whole bot thing, like, I'm getting blown up right now in my Facebook Messenger from this guy who I'm friends with. Every day he's sending me a copy and paste botted message, and I want to just unsubscribe, but I don't want to hurt. He's going to know that I unsubscribed, but I got to tell him, like, this isn't working for me, because I know
Yeah.
you are not sending me this message right now. But to my point, what I started to do on my website. So there's a company out there called Drift. I don't know if you ever heard of Drift.
Oh.
So Drift is an AI bot software
Mhm.
that you plug into your computer, you plug into your website, and it brings up the little chat box at the bottom right. So the way I have it set up is, if somebody does type in a question, well, here's what it says. As soon as you come to my website, it says, why are you here and how can I help? So people, as soon as they come, they see that and they type it in. And it's so cool. So what they type in goes right to my phone like a text message.
Nice.
And I just have to text them back. Like, it's that simple.
Nice.
And we have this communication. The point I'm trying to make here is this: anytime somebody fills that out and they tell me exactly why they're on my page or on my site, gives me the intelligence that I need to create better marketing, create better messaging. So, and there's, we closed a $25,000 deal last week because the guy came to the site and he wrote, I want to build this consultancy. He's in the real estate space. I want to build this consultancy the right way. That's what he wrote. And I said, and then when we got on the phone, I said, why is that so important to you? Why is building your business or brand so important to you to build it the right way? And then we went down that rabbit hole and he came out with some stuff, which was pretty interesting. He's hired duds in the past. They didn't deliver, all these things, right? And this is just, I can't write fast enough because I'm like, had I not had that chatbot there, had I not gotten him to write that, I would have not asked that question, and we would not have the understanding of why that was so important to him. So you want to use the AI? Go for it. Use the AI to be more human, not so much to save you on time or because you want to automate things, right? Use the AI to be more human, and you'll see a difference. There's a big difference there.
Absolutely. Well, you'd use a favorite word, human.
That's it.